Cool. We're on, right?
Yes.
Sweet. Awesome. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning back in into the Social Primate podcast. Today, our guest is Silver and Gold.
Yes.
What's up?
Hi, how are
It's
you?
pretty good. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming out. I know you guys, you and the Struck here in the back, you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
came out.
yeah.
Thank you for making the
Shook night.
time. Shook night. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming out. I know you've been basically, pumping out content, music,
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
last year. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to give us a little bit of information about what you do, your background? I know a lot of people might have heard you.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's funny because you and it's not the first time we've sort of collabed because I had a song on SoundCloud, just
Yeah.
one song on SoundCloud, and I know that your podcast picked it up to display it on the show, and I was just super excited because it was just my first song on SoundCloud, and you
Mm.
put it up there, and that's how our sort of relationship started,
Yeah.
and that was that, and then it's a year now, and now
Yes.
we're promoting the full length album,
I know. Yeah. I mean,
so
for people who are just tuning in,
full circle.
before we went live, we pretty much were just talking about her progress over the last year, how she's being consistent in regards to releasing like you mentioned that SoundCloud song. Just what is that considered, like a single or
Yeah,
like?
it was a single on
Yeah.
SoundCloud with my friend Flight and Do the Savior. It was just a song that I recorded. I had a song. I wanted to record somebody. I met him
Mhm.
at a show and we recorded it. We put it on SoundCloud and that was pretty much it. And
Yeah.
then that's when you guys heard it. I had a link on my bio on
Yeah.
Instagram. You guys heard it. You loved it. So and I was so
Yeah.
excited. So thank you once again
Yeah,
for
and I
that.
think when you when did your album release? Like
This last album, it was released November 14th
mhm.
last
Oh,
year,
okay, yeah. So it's just like
2019.
2 months
Yeah.
or something, right? Two, three
Yes.
months,
December,
and
yeah,
that
about
was
2.5 months. Yes.
Gabi Guerrero
Gabi
LP.
Guerrero LP. Yes, that's the name of the
Damn.
album. That's my name.
Yeah.
But that's not my real name. That's my nickname. That's what my close family and friends call me. So
Hmm.
I wanted to name it after like a nickname, just
Yeah.
to sort of introduce myself to the world very personally like that. So I named it the Gabi Guerrero LP. Yeah.
Damn, sick. So I mean, how has the journey been for you? I know. How long have you been doing this for? Let's start with that.
Well, you know what? I started writing poetry since I was very young,
Hmm.
and actually, I wasn't really sure when to say that I had started to rap because I started writing like when I was a kid, but
Hmm.
officially like rapping over beats that just recently happened a couple years ago. So, but I remember that One Below, shout out to One Below, he told me that I should start saying since I was 8, and I'm like, why? He's like, because you wrote your first poem when you were 8, right? So you've been rapping since you were 8. You gotta tell
Hmm.
people that. And I said, oh, okay. So I've been
Yeah.
doing it since I was in elementary school, I guess.
Damn.
But that was pretty much it. Just writing and stuff. But
Hmm.
I loved hip hop so much when I was a kid. Like I always did. But I never, ever, ever, even for a minute, thought
Hmm.
that I would be able to rap over these sick ass beats. I never
Yeah.
thought I'd be able to do that because what I would see on a TV, BET didn't look like me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hmm.
So I mean, it was just out of the question. It wasn't even something that I thought about, but I still loved it, and that was
Hmm.
that.
Yeah. I'm just sorry to
No,
interrupt,
no,
but
it's
yeah,
okay.
you saying that you didn't see anybody kind of like
Look
how
like,
you look like you
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
It's I would definitely see a point in that because for me, for a while, every time I would see somebody that wasn't African American, like just darker skin color, and I saw them like rapping or anything, it looked
yeah.
different. I was like, what are they
It
doing?
was very different.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And even when I first first heard like a female Hispanic rapper, I was also like, what? This is new. But it's grown, and obviously the music is fucking dope.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I just, I never, like I said, I never
Yeah.
thought that I would be able to, until I finally did. I just did.
Hmm.
Uh,
Was it scary?
You know what? It was hard. It's hard to explain because I
Hmm.
always felt like I needed to do it.
Hmm.
It's always been a part of me, but I never really did it. Was I scared? You know why I wasn't scared? Because when the time came for me to finally like start performing, I was already a student of the game.
Hmm.
I was already schooled in it. So when it was already like, time to really get on stage and start to perform and stuff, it was just kind of like, yes, it was the right time.
Yeah.
I felt very comfortable. I knew that it was time. I guess timing is everything, I guess.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Like being a woman first,
Yeah.
first and foremost.
Yes.
How has that been in regards to going into a field that's predominantly like dudes? Because for sure. You know, you go into them, and the majority of them is going to be guys in there. You know, and I'm assuming, you know, you being on stage, you're have to put it like you're facing like another type of pressure in a sense. You know, air quotes people.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, how
yeah.
has that been for you personally?
That's a really good question. I love that you asked that. Well, I feel like I don't look
Yeah.
like I could rap, I guess, and unfortunately, like I guess superficiality in hip hop is probably never gonna go away. No
Hmm.
matter how much we think it's, getting
Yeah.
better, and it's improving, it's progressing, but I don't think it's ever gonna go away. I think we're always
Hmm.
gonna judge people by their physical appearance, specifically in hip hop.
Yeah.
So that's that, So I understood that when I wanted to start to make some music. I already knew it was going to be an issue. And sure enough, it is. And it was like in the beginning when I was trying to find some people to help me collab or help me record because I don't have my own equipment.
Hmm.
I would try to reach out to people, and of course, men primarily were the ones that had studios and stuff and had the production and stuff. And so sometimes their intentions weren't what my intentions were.
Hmm.
I really wanted to make music, and they thought maybe it'll be like an opportunity to get to know me personally and
Yeah.
probably go out as opposed to really,
Like keeping it
build
professional.
to
Yeah.
build,
Hmm.
yeah, to build something great. So I had to like run into some people like that in the
Yeah.
beginning, but you learn, you move on and stuff, and you keep trying. But I guess in the beginning also people didn't really take me serious
Hmm.
because of how I looked, I guess. And it was annoying, but now I like it. Now
Yeah.
it's almost like, you know what? Now it's I like when people underestimate me.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least
You show
now.
them.
Yeah. But yeah, it's never gonna go away.
Yeah.
It's never gonna go away. It is what it is. I look the way that I look, and that's that. I'm not gonna I mean, I'm it is what it is.
Yeah, like you mentioned, like in regards to like you know, working in the studio and having to, you know, they were kind of taking it some, they were trying to take it somewhere
Yeah.
else to where it shouldn't have, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Bringing that up, I think there was this song I was listening to, I was reading some of the lyrics on it.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know, I can't. Let me pull it up real
It
quick.
was probably lessons.
Lessons, yeah, it
Yeah,
was, and I read
yeah.
and I was reading, I was like, damn, like these. I guess what I took from it was that these most of the lyrics were like taken from your experiences. You know, you
Yeah,
were talking about
life
life experiences
from
and
when I
how
was
like
a
kind
kid.
of you've changed the perspective on things. Is that
Yeah.
like your main thing that you try to go with within your music? Is that like a therapeutic thing for you, type of sense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course. I write almost every single day.
Hmm.
So whatever I go through that day or have gone through, whatever keeps occupying my thoughts, I will
Hmm.
totally write about it. I carry a notebook with me everywhere. Even Destruct,
Hmm.
he knows that I have a notebook in my backpack everywhere that I go. So yes, very therapeutic. Obviously I write from a female's perspective. That's inevitable, right?
Hmm.
So that's that. But I hope that whoever listens to it, regardless of gender, race, and age, they can sort of acquire something that can encourage them, like
Yeah.
genuinely encourage them.
Hmm.
That's what I hope to do, at least. And I hope, yeah, that's pretty much what I hope.
And you said right now you're currently you're putting together the next full album. Is that what you're?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've already started. Well, first of all, this first album, the Gavi Guerrero LP, came out November
Hmm.
last year, 2019. That one it took us 3 months to do. Yeah, it took us
Damn.
3 months to do. So that was really great, and it came out, and I'm so glad with the feedback that I've received. Honestly,
Hmm.
I don't think anybody understands that whenever somebody like, even if it's just one encouragement from one person, like that goes so far.
Yeah.
So I've been really grateful lately, and we've already started working on the second album. Yeah, already.
Damn. So how is the workflow for that? Like 3 months to create something. I mean, look, I listened to it, and I encourage people to listen to it as well. Like the quality of it was good. Right?
Thank
It's
you,
good. You
thank
listen to it.
you.
You know, no offense to anybody else, but you hear some other ones, some music, and it's, you know, the recording, like the production of it is not as crisp as you would like it to sound. This one you
That's
can
great.
bump it
Thank
as
you.
high as you can. And it's like, damn, you just
Thank
like,
you.
you know.
And I know
And I'm not
Destruct
selling this.
appreciates that too. I'm sure Destruct
Yeah.
appreciates that too because the sound quality is everything to
Yeah,
him.
and they're
Yes.
they're not paying me to say this, people. It's the truth. So check it out for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We worked hard on that, on mixing and mastering. For those of
Yeah.
you that make music, you know that mixing and mastering is probably the most, yeah, that's the most
Hmm.
specific, I think. That goes beyond everything. So yeah. That's the hardest part. That's
Damn.
the hardest
I
part.
mean, how does somebody find like the team to put this all together? That's like I would think like a band. You know, back when I was in high
Yeah,
school, I
yeah.
was in like a punk band. I thought it was
Nice.
cool and
Oh,
shit.
okay,
You
okay.
know, so but you see like the chemistry of everybody. There's like multiple personalities that you have to go through, egos, and somebody wants something that somebody else.
Taste.
Yeah, you know. So it's like
Music
it could be
taste.
difficult.
Oh yeah.
You know, now, how is that? I can't talk about how it is for producing and putting
Well,
songwriting
first
together.
of all, I know what you're talking about as far as the band because I used to
Yeah.
be part of a band too, and it is a lot. It's different personalities, different
Uh
likes
huh.
and dislikes, different opinions, ideas, even
Hmm.
goals,
Yeah.
different goals. So I understand that, but it does take a team, regard whether it's a rock band or if
Hmm.
it's just like a hip hop album or whatever. It does take a team, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I say unfortunately because some of us are not so
Yeah.
they're not I don't know, sometimes I'm a little bit more introverted and I
Hmm.
like to do things by myself, but it does take a team no matter
Yeah.
what. And I'm understanding that now because, well, more than ever before, because I have destruct and stuff, and how much work he put into this album as
Hmm.
well. And then the person who mixed the album, Phase, shout out to Phase. So it takes a team for sure. It takes a team. You need a team.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I
We
know.
all
People
do.
can.
We
Yeah.
all do. It
Yeah. Every now
does.
and then you do need a hand. You know. So
Oh,
like, do you think like your
yeah.
consistency comes from the fact that you put yourself on a higher standard, or because you are, it's the people around you who keep you keep that momentum
That's
going.
a really good question. Okay. So I think it's a little bit of both, but I think it starts with me. It starts with me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's if I don't want it,
Hmm.
how am I gonna convince the people around me to help me want or to help me acquire it? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that one more time because I want to make sure people hear it. If I don't want it, how am I going to convince the people around me to help me get it? Like, how are they going to believe in me if I don't believe in myself? You know, sometimes, like for example, we have some people sometimes in our life that believe in us more than we do, and that's not gonna fly. That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes our moms and dads can be like that. They see so much potential in us and they push for us, but we're just like, eh. Then that's not how it works. And I think it's the same thing with a team. You know, if the engineer, if he or if she believes that I can do this, but I'm not really like putting in my part, then we're not going to get anywhere. So I think it ultimately starts with me.
Yeah.
It starts with the artist. And then after that, you get other people around you that believe in you and in what you want. And they get so excited that they work hard for you because they
Yeah.
want it like you do. And it's a team effort. Everybody gets blessed at the end of the day. So I do think it starts with the artist, you know? So as far as consistency, it started with me for
Yeah.
sure. It started with how much I wanted it, you know, and how much I went out there to collab with people to try to build, to really introduce myself and build friendships, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it starts with me. Yes, I mean, how bad do you want it? It starts with you, you know? Other people will believe in you if you believe in
Yeah. No,
yourself,
it's. I think
basically.
you put it
Basically,
fucking. You put it
right?
great. Yeah. No, it definitely makes sense because you mentioned you have to, if you don't want it yourself, it's just gonna eventually feel like a drag. It's gonna feel like a like you're what is the word I'm looking for?
I feel it, I feel it.
I forgot what I'm
Like a
trying to say.
job, like a chore,
Like a
like a
chore, yeah,
responsibility. Oh,
yeah,
that's the
exactly. And then
worst.
you just
Oh,
lose all in like
then
enthusiasm
why
for
even
it.
do it, right? Like, get out
Exactly.
of the like, just don't do it type
Yeah.
thing. You know, just don't waste anybody's time. Don't even
Hmm.
waste your time. And you're taking up space for people
Yeah.
that want to do it. You know, no, it's
Oh,
okay.
you're gay. Okay, yeah. I mean, I would
You
say the
know,
same thing because when I first started doing the podcast, I'm not saying it's huge and stuff, but
yeah,
since it started, there's a
hmm,
big difference between then and now.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
And even at some points now, you feel like, I take myself a little seriously. I take myself seriously. I
That's
have
what
to
they're supposed to.
enforce
Yes.
myself, on that,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Uh, and there's also, in the back of, somewhere else, there's people who I've heard say like they don't look like it's going anywhere. And it's kind of difficult to kind of like fight with those people, because you're gonna have them regardless. People are gonna want to say that kind of stuff.
Eddie, you have no idea. It's only gonna get worse.
It's
It's
oh
only
fuck.
gonna get
Oh, the
worse.
critiques.
Oh
Oh
yes.
shit.
Are you kidding me? It comes with the
Yeah, it's part
territory.
of it, huh?
It comes with the territory. People are always gonna have something to say, no matter what.
You've had people really tell you?
Of course. And so have you, and you're going to have more
Yeah.
because you're going to continue to grow.
Hmm.
And when with growth comes critique.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I've had critiques like crazy.
Yeah.
People all the time, even my own family, my own family, my close
Yeah. I
friends.
remember seeing that.
And of course, even outside of people that I know personally, complete
Hmm.
strangers like on social media just, weigh in
Yeah.
on me and they don't even know me sometimes. Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna happen continually. So if you if you're not used to it, you better get used to it.
Yeah, I think like a few months ago, I had somebody here on an episode, and during the live feed, or I think afterwards, I guess they heard it. They just left like this. It wasn't a bad comment, but they were just kind of like pointing out something, and I read it and I was like, all right, cool.
Point out
Like,
something about your show
yeah, pointing out, yeah, exactly.
while they're on the
It
couch.
was, I
Okay.
think, because I fucking smoke, and occasionally I'm like, just fucking getting stuck. And they're like, get on, just say what you gotta say or something.
Oh my
And I was like,
God.
okay. I mean, I took it. I could have taken it two different ways. And I decided
Yeah.
to take it in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shape of maybe constructive criticism,
Okay.
only because I said, okay, maybe I could smoke a little less weed, or at least practice my like enunciation, pronunciation, and work on it because I can
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
feel that wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing.
Or worse, even worse,
Yeah.
imagine somebody who's never heard your show
Yeah.
once and they already have an opinion about your show. That's probably, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
annoying. And that's going to happen.
fuck that guy.
And that's happened to me. People that have
Oh,
never
shit.
even heard of my music,
Yeah.
that have shook my hand one time, never even played my music, already have an opinion about my music and about me. So that's going to happen,
Yeah.
You have to just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Let it
Dang.
go. Because they've
That's
never even heard your music.
yeah.
Like if they've heard it, then maybe it's constructive criticism. There's nothing
Hmm.
wrong with that. But if they've never even heard your music and they shook your hand and they have an opinion
Yeah.
about you and they're already like sort of cursing your future, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't process. So I have to just let it go. You know what I'm saying?
That's a really good point.
It is
I mean,
really
yeah. I
good.
mean, I'm gonna now that you've told me, I'm gonna prepare myself mentally, get
Mm-hmm.
ready, and
Prepare yourself for the
you know.
haters. It is what it is,
I mean, that's what, right? I mean, there's a saying that something about haters. I guess you're doing something that's noticeable. People are
At least they're
hating.
taking note. Exactly. If you ain't getting
Uh,
hated on, that means you ain't doing something right. So
oh, there you go.
right, that's
So
shout out destructive.
bring it on, haters. Come on, join
Yeah.
right now. Nah, but I want to go back into a little about the consistency part.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know for sure. It's hard to be consistent. I would say from my experience, at least doing the show, knowing that I don't have to, but I know I want to produce content at a specific time frame. I know I have to stay on top of what I'm doing, stay ahead of the game, maybe like a week before, knowing who's going to come on, what I'm going to talk about,
Yeah, yeah.
so on and so forth. And it's hard. It can be like a drain, a mental drain, like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you took time for yourself, maybe a few days to kind of come
Prepare
back,
for this.
prepare or get grounded in a sense
Yeah,
every now and between projects, I would think.
yeah. Well, first of all, I think it's cool that you have
Yeah.
this show, and I hope you keep on going because so far it's been really, really cool. Everything is
Thank
cool,
you.
the presentation, and like the fact that you have some music from nearby artists. I think that's dope. And of course, I'm sitting in the interview, so I can tell you it's a great interview. So
Yeah.
keep on going. You know what I'm saying? I guess the hardest part about all this is
Mhm.
just convincing other people. You know what I'm saying? That
Mm.
I can do this, and just trying to really blossom outside of my city, outside of this country even. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mhm.
that's the hardest part, just getting the recognition and the respect that I deserve.
Yeah.
That is going to happen eventually, but that does take time. And I have to understand that. We have to understand that takes time, but with consistency you cannot fail, right?
Mhm.
But as far as actually producing content, honestly, it's not so hard for me. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you, because I'm good at it and I like it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you're good at something but you don't like it,
Mhm.
then it's like ugh. You know what I'm saying? But or the opposite, if you're not so good at something but you wish you were, then it's like ugh. But when you're
Yeah.
good at something and you actually enjoy it, then it's not that hard. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, it's a whole different mind state. Yeah.
It's not that hard. Even more specifically when I have the resources that I've never had before.
Mhm.
Now I do. Now I have my own studio, for example, but I didn't before. But to actually produce the content, it's not hard for me. Like I said, I write every day. I'm blessed to have help
Yeah.
now. So it's like I love doing it. I have the help. yes, let's do it. I guess my advice for the people who I guess find it difficult to put out some content, obviously be consistent and make sure you love it. If you don't love it, don't do it. Don't do
Yeah.
it. Don't.
Yeah, some people like to drag it on for a while.
I wonder sometimes about artists that are in the same like category as I am. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder like, do they do it because they love it, or is it just because I don't know, it's trendy or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, yeah,
You know
I
what
get
I'm
what you're
saying?
saying.
I can't speak for people
Like
that
jumping
are.
in the bandwagon type of
Yeah,
thing.
I can't
Yeah.
speak for the people that are doing it as a trend because I don't understand that. I'm not. But if you're doing it because you love it, then keep on
Yeah.
doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have, what is it, a user here, Jay Wolvie, says, wow, she's absolutely right. I definitely agree with her.
Well, thank
People
you,
are so
Jay Wolvie.
judgmental and the worst.
And
Yeah.
then, sorry, I joined late. What
Oh,
would
look,
be-
we got a new listener.
And they want to.
I'm reading the comments.
Says, will you be able to hear any of her music on tonight's show? Oh,
Yes.
damn. Yeah, you will.
Yes,
But you
right?
got to stay tuned.
Hopefully.
We're not going to tell you when. That's why you got to stick
Yes,
around the whole
yes,
time. But
yes.
maybe like
But
in a
the
few
answer,
minutes.
damn it. But
Oh.
yes, the answer is yes. Thank you,
But
Jay
yeah, thank
Wolvie.
you guys for commenting.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know, like you got to find different ways or different outlets to, like, you said earlier that you consider yourself in a sense like an introvert. You know, might come as a surprise for some people, but I feel like I'm an introvert. Like if I get out of here right now and I'm in this group, I'm probably not gonna approach. If I didn't know you, you know, I wouldn't approach anybody or make conversation. I would just stick to myself. But because I'm put in this position where I kind of have to open myself and conversate or have a conversation with
Yeah,
somebody,
yeah.
it opens up like a whole new layer of growth for myself, you know, because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
breaking out of that comfort zone. Yeah, you were gonna say something. Sorry.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so what made you want to create the
I
show?
do this.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
And
I don't think anybody's ever asked me
I
that.
didn't mean to flip the script or anything. You know, I love
Yeah.
journalism, by the way, so
Yeah.
I do that sometimes. But no, but I'm serious. Like, why? Like,
I mean, I don't know. I just okay. I guess just to sum it up, there was a lot of rejection in the sense of like the work that I was doing. Like I mentioned this a lot of times before, but my thing is I do graphic design.
nice.
But when I first started, it was kind of hard getting a job because people expect you to have work when they don't give you work type of thing. So it's kind
I
of
get
like,
it.
you know,
Yeah, yeah,
double-edged
yeah.
sword type of situation. So I decided like, hey, I'm just going to start creating like some brand. And it kind of, you know, I was like, oh, I love podcasts. I'm going to put those two together.
Nice.
And I kind of just wanted to stop being so shy or reserved. You know, I kind of felt like I needed to network and to get to where I wanted to go.
Yeah, yeah. I feel
And
you.
unfortunately, that meant I had to speak to people, you know?
Damn it. I know, right? I feel you.
Yeah, but I mean, it's cool. I've since then I've met a bunch of great people. I've
Yeah.
had lots of good conversations, and my perspective on a lot of things have shifted, or I feel like at least I've matured in a sense.
That's
You know,
really
a little
great.
bit maybe.
Well,
But
you're here having it now, so
yeah,
from the looks of it, it wasn't an accident or a mistake. Like this is totally meant to be, I think.
yeah. Let's hope so. Let's hope he keeps going. You
Well,
know,
I
I have
mean, you're here now. Like this
yeah.
is happening. And this is such a cool spot. But I'm sorry, like you were
Oh
saying.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, point is I just kind of wanted to break from that for myself, and at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time, I wanted to have people who didn't have a way of having their voice heard
That's
have a
nice.
place to have their voice heard.
That's great.
So, but-
As far as being introverted, like, it's ironic, isn't
Yeah.
it? Considering that I have to perform and stuff.
yeah, exactly. You're in front of people, a group of people. Damn.
You know what? A fun fact.
Yeah.
Actually being on stage to perform is not my favorite thing about doing this. It's not.
What?
My favorite
Yeah.
thing is actually making the music, you know, being in the studio, listening to beats, writing. But performing, it's not my favorite thing to do.
So
It's,
your rush comes mostly from when you're creating the music.
yeah, than being on
okay.
stage. I would rather not be on stage.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, when I am, I feel very blessed. It's a weird feeling because like I said, I don't like to perform as much because I'm a little bit more introverted. But
Yeah.
when I am there and when I do recite my art, it's the dopest,
Yeah.
the dopest feeling ever. And just to hear that other people are encouraged by it, then it makes it all worth it. Like it makes me being uncomfortable worth it if people
Yeah.
are receiving something from it. But yeah, I don't.
Did you get stage fright like the first time you had to go up there?
You know what? I was in a band before.
Oh,
And
right, you
then
mentioned that.
and
Yeah.
even when I was younger in church, I was in a band too, so I was already on
Mm,
stage
yeah.
constantly. I was already on stage constantly. Isn't that ironic?
Yeah, that's
So I've always been on
yeah.
stage, even though I've never liked to be on
Hmm.
stage. So I'm not I'm
Yeah.
comfortable there already. You know, I guess it just depends on the size of the stage as far as
Uh-huh.
how uncomfortable I am. The bigger the stage, the more uncomfortable I am, to be honest.
Damn.
But
Yeah.
in my, I mean, I'm comfortable on stage technically, but it's to perform.
Hmm.
It's still tough. It is tough for me. It never
Yeah.
becomes easy. It's never easy.
Damn. I would. I mean, I think I was here a few months ago with somebody else, and it was just like two, three people right here, and they're like, "Oh, just go on the stage and try to make a joke," and I was like, "Nah,
Try
dude,
to
I can't do that
try to
shit."
make a joke.
Yeah, like I was like, "Nah," I was fuck that. I'm getting off the stage. Like
It's
in
hard.
Yeah, like nah, that was already too much pressure. No, I can't imagine being in a group, like a crowd and having to
Imagine
address
having a
them.
big old stage. Like that was
Uh,
scary. At the Far Side show,
yeah.
I opened up for the Far Side a couple months ago.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah,
That
the
was pretty
Far
cool.
Side. Yeah, it was great. It was a big stage, a
Yeah.
bigger crowd than I had ever had. So I was really nervous then, for sure. Because I'm used to
Damn.
smaller shows.
Yeah.
So I guess, like I said, the bigger the stage, the more nervous I get. But I was very nervous at that show for sure. But yeah,
Damn.
I am
Yeah.
introverted even though I'm doing this. It's ironic, but that's the way it is.
Yeah. I think I don't know. It's just an illusion, at least that I'm in here, and I'm more comfortable with Dre being around than just in front of this microphone. But if whoever's watching, I was in front of them, this wouldn't be happening. I'd be like, hey, you guys go outside,
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
I
But
totally understand you. Just
yeah.
so you know, I totally understand you. Same personalities, probably, yeah.
AJ Wolvie said backup dancers might help to motivate you more and give you positive vibes.
Wait, who said that?
Jay Wolvie.
Backup dancers.
Jay Wolvie. Backup dancers?
Wait, who's gonna have backup dancers?
No, he's saying I should have
Oh,
backup
you should have backup
Look,
dancers?
he's saying I should have backup dancers. That's a really good idea. If I had a backup dancer, I would feel much more comfortable. I'm just not sure my music goes with backup dancers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I get
I
you.
don't think it's not like party music, like the whole in sync, like.
Bye, bye, bye. Yeah.
But maybe in the future, I don't know. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll probably. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, you're gonna brainstorm about it.
Thank you so much for the comments. I appreciate them. Jay Wolvie, say more things. I like it. I like what you're saying.
So just a quick thing here. So like your music. So you said you're working on another project right now.
Album number 2. Yes.
So how coming just from the first, like, I guess your full album, how does that put any pressure on you to say like, oh, I gotta, you draw, this is one time, just a really quick example. I was in school and I drew this fucking cool art piece and I was like, fuck, this looks fucking dope.
Yeah.
And then when it came down to me doing another project,
Yeah.
I just fell in the blank. I felt like there was this pressure and like everything just felt like it was closing in on me. Like, oh fuck, you're not gonna do better than the
No.
first one.
That's a bad mentality to have, Eddie. No, 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 no.
Oh shit.
No, I'm
Yeah.
actually not. I don't feel no pressure.
Okay,
Because I
okay.
know it's going to be better,
Mhm.
but at the same time, like, it's going to show growth.
Yeah.
It's going to show growth. This next album is going to show growth. I never feel so pressured about wanting to top my last project. I know I'm going to. First of all, I already know because I'm learning. So how can I not improve if I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
obviously I'm improving, Obviously I'm improving. So I don't feel any pressure. I know this album's going to be doper on its own. Like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not scared. And
Damn, I like this.
No.
I'm gonna re-listen to this conversation when I'm like, just like feeling blue. I was like, all right, fuck, I gotta keep going.
Okay, look,
Yeah.
like in life overall, we get older, and because we get older, we learn more, we become wiser, our experiences show us. So it's literally impossible to not improve, even in life,
Yeah.
because it's automatic. It's just part of life. The way that you have to get up and you brush your teeth and you wash your face, you also improve in life. You get smarter, you get wiser, you learn from your mistakes. So it's just automatic. I'm automatically improving the way that you're automatically improving too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no
Damn.
pressure. I know it's gonna be better.
You're
because
throwing the truth out.
That's
Yeah,
just
you're
it's
speaking
just
the truth.
It's just this, like the circle of life. Wait, no, it doesn't
The
apply.
circle of-
But sorry.
No, but I get you. No, I mean for sure. And I think it's funny because sometimes it's those what you just said, which sounds like extremely straightforward and like obvious,
Yeah.
but a lot, there's a lot,
We forget.
yeah, exactly. You forget, and then you don't know how to get out, and it's not until, again, you start hearing it somewhere random, in ear, ears reach, and you're like, oh shit, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well,
And,
I'm glad. I
yeah,
hope. But you are improving.
yeah,
We're all improving. So yes, I'm not worried. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be sick. And I have
Damn.
collabs on this
Yeah.
one too. On the first album, I only had one collab, and it was Destruct. On this one, I have more
Mhm.
collabs with artists. So I'm really excited. A
Damn,
lot more
man.
people are in this album with me.
So
So
you guys, when you guys are in, like, when you guys are doing collaborations, are you guys like both in the studio at the same time, type of thing, or you send the music out?
it depends. It
Yeah.
depends. It depends where they live.
Mhm.
Honestly, if they live close by and if they want to hang out,
Mhm.
then we will collab together. We will vibe together. We'll talk about what it is that we want to talk about in this song. But some people do live a little far from me, and that's why we have the internet. Yeah, for sure. We
Mhm.
could just send tracks. They have their own studio. I have my own studio. We could just record. So it just depends on the artist where they live.
Damn, that's so cool. Yeah, I mean, I briefly just speaking, I think so. I don't know if I already mentioned this earlier, but yeah, the rooftop. When I first saw
Mm-hmm.
you performing, you were, I guess they put you on the bill for
Mm-hmm.
the Selling Hip Hop,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought that was cool, because as far as I'm aware, I didn't think there was a community like that. I just recently started getting into hip hop, so I'm like new. I'm like, but my friends listen to it, and I've gotten a lot of influences from them. So my taste has changed, grown, and
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Yeah.
So knowing that there was something going on in HP, you think you're?
I'm from HP.
Oh, you're from HP.
I went to
Damn,
HP
HP in the
High.
house.
Went to.
Yeah.
Are you from HP?
No, I'm from Cudahy.
You're nearby.
Yeah, we're like
Nearby.
5 minutes away.
Yeah, I'm from HP.
Yeah.
I went to HP High and everything. What school did you go to?
Damn.
To Bell?
Bell High School, and then some other school that remains unnamed. Nah, it's Elizabeth Learning Center.
Why? Why does it remain unnamed?
It was a whack school.
It is. No
It was a whack school.
offense.
No offense to everybody who went there.
Shout out to
Class of
Elizabeth.
08.
I'm sorry. It's because you know what? It's
Yeah.
a newer school than like the more historic, like Southgate and Bell and
Yeah.
HP.
Yeah,
Like
those-
our schools are like antique. Like I feel you. I feel
You were
you.
class of what? On
Huh?
is that too much?
Oh.
Oh man. Oh, let's retract that during.
That remains unnamed, like Elizabeth Learning Center.
All right, cool. But being from HP,
Yeah.
do you have like a fan base within there? Like, is that like
Wait, time out.
Yeah.
The HP show. When was that?
the HP show?
The
Fuck.
rooftop that you saw me the first time. Do you remember?
It was already getting cold.
Was it?
No, I think it was still summer.
Was it? Obviously, it was nighttime. I'm trying to remember. Was it I think it was the first show I ever did with Sayla.
Oh, really?
I think
Oh,
so.
damn.
I was wearing all black. I had my hair up. Do you remember?
Yeah, like a ponytail, I think, or
Wow.
something. Yeah.
That was my first performance. My first hip hop
Damn.
performance.
Wasn't that
And
was like a
first was
rap
Sayla.
battle or something? No.
No, it was just
Oh, no, I think-
there's always rap
Yeah.
battles there, but when I performed, that was the first time that I performed. And a fun
Shit.
fact, Eddie,
Yeah.
fun fact, I met Destruct there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, in person there. Yeah.
Damn.
Cool, right?
That's pretty cool.
Weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Damn. And then since then, you guys just been fucking.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then we just met there, and then he heard my song on SoundCloud too, as a matter of
Yeah,
fact,
yeah.
and then he saw a clip of me at Sayla, and we collabed after that. Like we contacted each other and everything. So that was a very pivotal show. Look at that.
There you go. You see, and it all happened in Huntington Park.
Yeah,
There you go,
wow.
you know?
It all happened in Huntington Park. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's-
that's where
yeah.
I'm from. That is where I'm from. I consider HP my hometown, even though I lived all over Southeast LA. We moved a lot
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
as kids. I consider HP my hometown because I went to high school and middle school there, completely.
Oh,
so.
damn. Yeah.
So yeah, I consider HP my hometown for sure. Huntington Park.
That's cool. No, I think that I've seen there's been a lot of more progress. It looks like it's being cleaned up, at least for me. Compared to Cudahy, it's being cleaned up.
We have Pacific,
Yeah.
so it's like more. There's like a lot more happening there because of Pacific Boulevard. But yeah, I guess
it
it
also
has
kind of
improved.
feels like Pacific is not the same. Like maybe like 20.
It's not the same.
Yeah,
I don't know what
hun.
happened to Pacific.
It used to be more familia. It's like
People used to cruise. Remember?
exactly,
They
yeah.
stopped cruising. That sucks. The cops,
there's
right?
too many cops. There's
Fuck.
too many cops in
People
HP.
but it was kind of like a weekly event. Like why would you cut that off? It's family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Families
for
go.
sure. Is like I don't know. It's weird now.
I feel like
it's changed.
The cops should, like, I guess, work with the city
Mm-hmm.
to make it like maybe a weekly event, as opposed to trying to stop it. Why don't you
Yeah.
close down the actual street for like a few hours every Sunday? Work with the city, make
Yeah.
it a dope event. Like, why are you trying to prohibit everything? You know?
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm just hype.
Hey, no, it's true. I can go down a rabbit hole in that sense, you know, because just to just put your feet in a little bit on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The fact that, like, I would think that one of the better approaches would be to have the police become more involved with the community. You know, just kind of for the residents to know who these people are instead of just random
Exactly.
guys with guns.
Stop, close
know?
it.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
nothing, no fun.
And
Go
no
home and
fun.
sleep. Like, dude.
Yeah, and yeah, they harass. I've been harassed by them a few times.
Everybody has.
I know they have like this robot.
Oh yeah.
Robot
A
cop.
robot cop in HP.
In Salt Lake
I heard that's the government tracking. I heard that's not good. Why
Yeah.
do they have it in HP and it roams all over the park like that,
Yeah, come on.
scanning faces?
The first place that would be like in the white neighborhood. No.
Yeah,
you know.
why here? Why is there
Yeah,
a robot
there's-
in the park in HP scanning faces? And I don't know. I don't trust that
Yeah,
robot.
it's.
I don't trust that RoboCop.
Yeah, no,
I
I
don't.
Yeah, it looks fucking hilarious. I mean, people can see the screen right now because they're watching. Let me pull it up for those who are like, what are these people talking about?
Oh yeah, we should show people.
Let me see. What is it called?
He looks like R2D2.
Yeah, he does.
Looks like HP has R2D2 in its parks. No joke. Look.
Yeah, right here. So let's
Look
pull
what
up
we
this quick video here.
Look what we have. The first city in California to have that. Okay, it's HP.
Yeah, the first city is HP for some
The
reason.
idea of the robot actually was introduced by the
The
mayor
president,
So
'cause
look, it looks like
Park in the
fucking
city
kind of like a
council.
mixture of
The robot
R2D2 and
itself
Eve
was
from
given the
WALL-E.
name HP RoboCop for Huntington Park. It's rather a futuristic piece of equipment that essentially is a sophisticated.
It's funny how
current
like they
hybridization
designed it so it
camera
doesn't look
system.
like
All of the
deadly
video
or like
footage is recorded,
lethal, you know?
right?
It's like super friendly.
24/7. It
Even-
also has
even though it's
an
tracking
alert
all of us,
button
scanning our
feature
faces.
wherein members of the community
Yeah,
will
so,
be able to
yeah, we're looking at an
press the alert
R2D2
button to
Eve
notify
baby
the monitoring
robot.
center that
But yeah, it's
their
supposed to be just
vehicle
recording
systems
video,
were
video
directed
surveillance
to
and
those
supposed to connect to the cops as soon as like a crime
I
happens.
don't
or
know.
something,
I don't
but-
know. I don't know. I've never touched it.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, it's probably as tall like it's probably like halfway like right here.
I've never
Yeah,
seen
it's
it in
pretty
person. Have
big.
you?
Yeah, I've
In
seen it.
person?
Yeah, I've gone to Salt Lake Park a few times and you see it just roaming.
I
And you
haven't-
get on its way and it's like, please move out of the way.
Wow, and it's
Yeah,
rude
and
too.
you're like-
Great. Can't catch a
And
break.
I mean, you move and it does say thank you. And it keeps fucking going.
It says thank you, and then it like, stupid idiot. Like, oh wait, what was that?
Yeah, it's a trippy robot for sure. Like the concept of it is weird, but
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Disapprove of the
Disapprove.
robot in HP. I think it's creepy.
Hey, our lawyer says, WTF, I feel a lawsuit coming. That's from Mr. Brodia Network lawyer.
hey, no, I think there's something recently came up too. Like, let me see. I'm just gonna look for it real quick. Damn, what is this website called? I mean,
What's
there
it
was some
about?
controversy with that robot too. That it's actually doing
Really?
something, funky. Like, let me see. Let me look it up real quick. But yeah, just the thought of having something like that to me is weird. Like you said, it happens in this community when,
Yeah.
like, for what purpose? What's the real purpose?
Yeah, what's the purpose of having that robot around the park and stuff in HP? I just, you know what? Don't make fun of me, but I
Yeah.
just saw The Matrix like a couple weeks
shit,
ago for
yeah.
the first time in my
The
life.
first one.
The first Matrix, yeah. I had never seen it, right? But I think it was a good thing I had never seen it as a kid because I wouldn't understand it. But
Mm-hmm.
now I see it with more like, okay, dude, computers, man, I'm telling you, they're gonna take over the world. We need to be careful. So that's why I'm not down with that robot.
Yeah,
Terminator.
Terminator is the
Again, don't make
biggest
fun of me,
one.
please. I'm not into movies, but
No.
I just saw Terminator for the first time, 1 and 2, a couple weeks ago. Again, dude, I'm
yeah.
telling you, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched the first one.
Watch it. Watch the first and the second. They're very,
Yeah.
very insightful.
I watched the last one, which was alright.
It was I.
Yeah, it was alright.
It was I. The first and the second were really good. You should watch. I'm telling you, technology, they're tracking us. Robots are gonna take over the world. I just know it. We
You
just
see,
have
like
to-
right here, I found the page here from Sela
Oh.
Cheeseman. Shout out to Sela
Oh,
Cheeseman.
Stella Cheeseman. I follow them too, actually. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they were the homies. Yeah, so it's their post says
Oh,
HP RoboCop is not linked to the HP Police Department and is sending your information to a tech corporation in Silicon Valley.
No surveillance in our hood. I'm telling you.
Yep.
I'm telling you. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean,
Surveilling our hoods, huh?
I wonder for what purpose. I mean, I don't know. It sounds
Maps.
diplomats.
Google Maps.
Oh, Google Maps.
Google Maps, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, I don't think it has anything lethal though. But, anyways,
But after watching The Matrix and The Terminator
Yeah.
for the first time just a couple weeks ago, yeah, it's pretty scary. I think we can all agree on this, right,
Yeah.
guys?
have you? I don't know if you've seen the videos of that. There's this company, something institute, Boston University or Boston Institute, with the robots, like their robots that they're making. Have you seen Boston Dynamics?
What is
Yeah.
it about?
So it's
What's it about?
basically what you're talking about in the making. It's like let's see,
Yeah, I
Boston
think I'm playing. Yeah, for sure, right?
Dynamics.
It started out with the
Robot.
robot that couldn't walk, and now they can run in the field.
Oh yeah, watch.
Robots
So,
can
we'll
run in
check
the
this
field?
one out real quick.
That's not funny.
Look, this one can do gymnastics. Watch. It's doing a fucking flip. Yeah, look, it's
Oh my god.
that's a robot, people.
Oh man.
That's CGI.
CGI? Nah, this is real, man.
That's fake. That's fake. That's fake, bro. It's CGI.
That-
Okay,
are
wait,
you-
wait.
are
Nah,
you sure?
Okay, wait.
Have you ever
Okay.
seen Chappie? Yeah, man.
Chappie.
This is
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
Chappie, man.
What is
Chappie's cousin, man. He's a Chapo.
Okay, fine. There is another one. Okay, that one maybe did look a little too fluid. Okay, look, this is a new dog, but the whole idea of it again is like they're already
Is that
building
the
on
right
this.
name? What's the name of the company? Maybe it's something
Yeah,
else.
that looks fake too.
That looks fake. Nah, that one's legit.
Okay.
That looks legit.
That looks legit.
Look at the dirt.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, man. It's a fucking Xbox controller.
You know what? Speaking of which, since we're talking about this topic, have y'all heard of that one company? I believe it's in Minnesota where the employees are now not required, but they're sort of like volunteer where they're inserting chips to actually walk
Oh,
into their
shit.
job place, like
Oh,
to scan and walk
yeah.
in. Yeah, I think it's in Minnesota, somewhere northeast. And I think that
Something.
idea came from Sweden. I think they're already started to do that in Sweden, but yeah, they're inserting, right? You heard about that, dude? Come on.
Oh, this one here. I think let's see.
MIT. Oh, what?
And they love it.
Where is it though? I don't
Three
know.
Square Market. Let's find out where this is at.
It did come from Sweden.
Yeah, it came from Sweden that they started doing that. Wisconsin. Yeah, there you go in Wisconsin.
They sell it in Wisconsin. It's
So-
awesome.
Somewhere up there.
Oh, fuck, that is trippy. So,
Look.
what does it say here? He pays for it with a wave of his. Oh shit. So he has like a fucking little bar to use the vending machine with. Oh
Yep.
shit. That's one of the benefits, not the downside.
That's all this stuff. That's all it is. When
So I guess you clock in.
You clock in like that.
Oh,
Yep,
shit.
probably.
Dude.
By lunch.
By lunch. Damn, that is crazy. So you're
Yep.
basically just like a walking smartphone in the sense, or
Yep.
like a Bluetooth device.
Mhm.
you do it,
If I would do it, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
No.
they give you extra $1,000 a month in your pay.
1,000?
That sounds like selling my soul. That's what it sounds like. We'll give you $1,000 to give us your soul every month.
I don't know.
Don't do
Okay.
it, Eddie.
Yeah, probably not.
Would you do it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you would.
But what if you can't take it off anymore and it's like a bomb?
You're being tracked like crazy. Like,
I'm being tracked now.
I know, but you can stop being tracked. But you can stop being tracked by just getting rid of this. But once you have that implanted in you, you can't stop being tracked.
I don't know, man.
Don't do it, Eddie.
I
The
think-
only way they can
Don't get
track-
the chip.
The only way they can track me is if it catches a signal because it needs to be scanned in order for it to work.
That's what they're gonna make you think.
Nah, man.
That's what I tell myself when I pay this when I cash a check.
What?
This is fucking.
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it?
My answer is no.
Fuck. Were you one of those robot dogs?
A robot dog?
Yeah.
Nope. Why would I get a robot dog when you can get a pug?
Oh,
Right? Like, it makes no sense. Like,
That's very true.
right?
Nah, I wouldn't do it. That's too crazy. But I mean, we're kind of getting close to that time here.
Sorry, we did.
I want to go ahead and pull up one of your. Let's see. Is this your? The MP3s are. Oh, I think you have a video on there too. No, let me see. No,
Yeah. On
So let's see if we can find it
I
here.
have locksmith and I have a acrylic banger.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you have a preference of what song you want the people to be like, oh fuck,
Let's
this
just-
is the one.
I mean, honestly, let's do acrylic banger just because that was the first music video I
Yeah.
ever recorded in my life. So
Okay,
let's
alright.
just do that one
This
so you
one
can
here,
see my first video ever.
It's cool. Let's see.
Big
People
bow.
who want to see it, if you guys are watching it right now, it's on YouTube. And it's called Acrylic Banger.
It's a
Slash
2 video
Patience.
in one, 2 songs in one. Acrylic banger is one song and Patience is another song. We decided to just combine those 2 songs for the video, only for the video. So there you go.
Sick.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me see
Let's
here.
play, yeah.
Before we start playing it, because we'll probably end it with the show, with the video.
Yeah.
If people want to find your music, if they want to go to and like,
Yeah,
see
yeah.
you play, see you fucking
Play. I'm gonna
perform,
play.
play a guitar.
So I actually have a show
Yeah.
tomorrow, but since the show's gonna be on Wednesday, I have a show tonight.
Oh shit!
I have a show tonight,
damn.
Wednesday, February 5th.
Mhm.
Wednesday, February 5th at Los Globos.
Yeah.
It's a free show. It's free before 10.
Mhm.
After 10, it's $10. But I would go in for free if I were you because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a dope show. It's
Yeah.
like a lot of girls on the lineup. Shout out to Foxy La Chingona and the venue is so dope. So shout out to Foxy for putting this venue on together. So come through if you guys are available. It's free. I'm going to be there and I'm going to put on an amazing show like always. So, or I hope I do.
There you go. And then your Instagram would be.
Oh yeah, I have a website,
Yeah.
sylvangold.com. It's SILVAND and then the word gold, sylvangold.com. I have everything there. I have all the links to my social media accounts, to
Oh, cool. There you go. Right here.
all my music on Spotify, on Apple, all the music videos, and I even have the tickets to the show for Wednesday just in case you cannot arrive before 10. Buy them online. So
Yeah, people have no excuse that they don't
come
like, "Where do we
through. It's
find
gonna
it?"
be it's gonna be a real good
right
show.
here.
It's gonna be a dope show. Trust
Sick.
me. So come down tonight, Wednesday.
I think Jay Wolby's gonna go check you out.
Let's
Who
see
is?
here.
Jay Wolby.
Then
I would love to see
come
you.
Wednesday on the 5th. It's gonna be dope.
There you
Jay
go.
Wolby. Jay
Don't-
Wolby, thank you.
Don't miss out. You have a new fan. It's like the +1. Yeah.
Yeah, come through. Free show.
Cool, man. So let me see here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Acrylic banger. And fun fact, Eddie,
go for it,
we
go for
shot
it.
the whole video in HP.
Oh,
You know where?
damn.
On Live Oak
Mhm.
and State.
Level good.
The,
So
the
people get-
laundromat, the Shamrock Club.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Just a quick like little thing there. The fact that when you see videos like you see an artist first of all, and you like their music, and then you see they film like where they're from in a sense. I think that just makes it like a bigger. There's a better connection.
Oh,
I
that-
don't know. It's yeah.
Yes, that's the goal. Thank you so much. I shot it there. Even though the lady at the laundromat wanted us to go. She was yelling at us.
Hey,
But she made a
she's gonna-
cameo. She's there. She's in the video.
She's gonna come back together.
But
Hey,
shout out to the Shamrock Club for being so nice. So everybody there was so nice at the Shamrock Club. Okay, there, I'm
that's
sorry.
cool. It's cool when they help. It's about
Super-
promoting each
super
other and like
nice.
supporting each other.
All the
supporting
men there,
art.
all drunk but nice
Yeah.
men, the bartenders. But anyway, yeah.
All right, people. Well, we'll end it here. Again, you can find all her music.
Sylvangold.com. Sylvangold.com. And come through to Los Globos on Wednesday, February 5th, which is tonight.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Well, tomorrow. Come through. It's going to be a free show. It's going to be dope. So, yes.
Sweet. And we'll finish it off here. We'll see you guys. Thank you again. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you, Eddie, for having me. Thank you for everything.
You guys have a good night. Thank you, Dre.
Let's watch it. I want to watch it.
Yes. Let's see.
Right? Like someone like
Are you
acrylics.
recording?
Like acrylics. Don't take offense to this.
I don't. Yo, I keep acrylic far away from my nail bed. And who knew it would repel males with no dead shallow. Distracted by the colors and gems, she's waving them like flags. And so they overlook my disposition and the stroke to the back. These notes are bringing are most likely the reason that my love life in dry season. But it's probably a good thing cause I'm avoiding the flimsy. Interested in making me only an arm accessory, not separating me from a bracelet or a watch looking polished. Like some bitch that could be bought, but I'm purchased already by the one who created ready-made me for the steadfast
fast, cultivated, so I'm waiting patient for a young man with passion who don't mind baggy fashion, tomboyish fashion, mumble rappers relishing fellowship over caffeine. I mean, a girl could dream about a guy who these things he contains. Cookies and wine, not a strain, but what I'm hoping we effectuate. My type of date or my taste at his place. On a Wednesday, we take breaks to record the wordplay over a beat from his friend in the bay. We never deviate as the rhythm decorates a feng shui of two souls that are pretty much the same. Or at least I pray. Yo, or at least I pray.
Moral of the story, right? It's like,
It's just my story. That's it. It's just me. It's just me.
Yes, I think I'm going out of here.
Yeah, I talk a lot of spit. People tell me so, but I don't give up. And so I tell them where to go, cause I've been hiding underground, been sharpening my sword. I've been too patient, but no staying quiet anymore. So now I'm digging through the dirt of mediocrity that deceived to pose as MCs, pissing me off, so I had to flee. Live behind my safety blanket with the lion extra fluffy. Now I'm on stage, leaving mics all muddy.
Silver and gold, silver and gold. I was hopeless, now I'm